Well, friends, welcome to my daily diary. Pro-life leader Frank Pavone here. In the interests of complete accountability and transparency, I always let you know what I'm doing every day. I would call on my critics to do the same thing. You got some leaders running around there in the church and a couple of misguided people in the pro-life community too, thinking that they can sit in judgment. And meanwhile, we don't know what they're doing every day. So you're going to know what I'm doing every day, starting with Thursday, December 7th through Sunday, December 10th, 2023. That's the update for this particular daily diary. So on the 7th, I was here in my office, started with taping right here in the studio early in the morning. Various programs connected with my staff, as I always do, for the 8:30 briefing. Right after that briefing finished, I went on the radio with my friend and commentator Jenna Ellis, and we did a program at 9:15. It was a pre-tape. She aired it later that weekend. And after Jenna, I went to my office. Some of the things I dealt with via email as I worked at my desk were approval of an election follow-up email. Follow-up, that is, to our election training. We go back to all those who participated and also to those who couldn't make it but were invited, and give them information about effectively working for the elections in their own community. Did some work on helping the staff to disseminate various links to other programs and interviews that I had done recently. Talking with staff who are preparing data for the birthday cards. We send out birthday cards each month to our donors and to the bishops. Communication with legislators in Ohio, giving approval to an email blast. Those were some of the things at my desk. At 12:30, I was on another radio show for a good hour with a state senator. And it was a very good program. First time I had been on with him. Very appreciative. He's in Arkansas. Did that. Then quick lunch. And then at 2 o'clock, I had a meeting with our social media team. And very good, productive meeting with them. 3 o'clock was back here in the studio doing more taping. After the taping, checked in with more staff, went back to my desk, checked on emails. Then jumped onto a Zoom call at 5 o'clock with a podcaster who wants me to help co-host at different times a special and growing pro-life podcast. So you'll see more about that. That was at 5 o'clock. Soon as that phone call was finished, hopped on a radio program at 5:30 for about 25 minutes. And was on that radio show live, and then that was 5:30. Finished at about 5 minutes before 6, and then ran down here to the studio to hop on to yet another broadcast for about 40 minutes or so, 45 minutes, by another podcaster. So that was from 6 to like 6:45. And then I had some dinner. And then I did just some quiet Christmas-related work. You know, we're getting together our Christmas cards and stuff like that. And went to bed early after that. Friday, December 8th. Here in the office early, doing some desk work. Had to do some work in regard to the election calendar, work in regard to Rachel's Vineyard, political calls that we are planning and making, upcoming trip plans, communication with Jim Hardin, who took over the ministry in New York City for Chris Slattery. Revisions of my business cards, talking with staff about that, and Bishop's Christmas card preparation and Christmas cards for others as well. Connected with the staff for our usual 8:30 meeting. And then I had to leave the office at 9:15 to go to a very frequent place, the airport. Flying up to Newark, New Jersey this time. Usual phone calls in the car, working on my laptop in the terminal, at the gate, on the plane. Catching up on all sorts of reading and emails and preparation of talks and broadcasts. Landed in Newark and was taken to my airport hotel, checked in there, got back in the car right away, and they took me to the wake of the dad of one of the priests that worked for us here at Priests for Life for 13 years, Father Peter West. Many of you know him, I'm sure. And Father West's dad passed away, and so I was there at the wake for Friday evening from, got there at about 5:15, 5:30, stayed till 8 o'clock, stayed till 8:15 or so, and then was taken by car back to my airport hotel in order to fly out the next morning. But I connected with many of my old friends in New Jersey in the pro-life movement, as well as friends and family of Father Peter and parishioners, and we knew his dad and had some good interactions with him in various occasions, so we commend him to the Lord and ask blessings on the family. Saturday morning, the 9th, I got up very early, like 4, was taken to the airport from my airport hotel, was just close by the terminal. Got the plane, did some work, emails, and also preparations for tapings that are going to be done this week in the office. So I did that preparation work on the plane, and then landed in Orlando, was taken back to my office. This was a Saturday, the 9th. I had some staff people came in actually on Saturday, and we were getting the office ready for the meetings that we're going to have, and I had to do a lot of tapings in preparation for the week. So I was here in the studio pre-taping programs. Had to prepare again for the tapings that others will do too. So I wrote some new spots for them and distributed that to them. Did a lot of planning work in regard to all of that, and that took the entire day and evening. On Saturday, also did some work on the Christmas cards and other Christmas planning. And then Sunday the 10th, I was here in the office, of course, prayer and worship in the morning. I did my 10 a.m. scripture live broadcast, and then I also on Sunday did a lot of taping here in the studio. Also on emails, approval of the travelogue and liturgical video taping plans. And aside from that, it was work on the upcoming week of meetings and of tapings and of preparing for future programs and future trips. A lot of stuff. And then at night on Sunday, the 10th, I had a 7 p.m. live broadcast for about an hour and a half on the state ballot initiatives that are taking place in regard to abortion. And I really laid out the case that we should be encouraged. We are not the battle is in the mind of the enemy, I said on the broadcast. We are not in some dire situation like some people who are being very negative about all this want to make us think. The other side also always wants to make you think that you're on the losing end. We are on the winning end in this movement. So I did a big broadcast about that. Hopefully you've seen it. And that's what I did from the 7th to the 10th of December. 2023. Thanks for following all of this, and thanks for the work that you do in support of this movement and specifically in support of Priests for Life. We really appreciate it. Talk to you soon.